Hi everyone. Hope you all are good. We are here for grade 5 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password if provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 5 math and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter mixed operations. The lessons we're going to cover today are add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers, word problems. Write numerical expressions. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and mixed numbers. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals, word problems. Please make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important examples and definitions as well. Okay. Okay, so here I'm on grade 5 math. Chapter we are on right now is mixed operations. So let's just start with the first lesson, that is add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers word problem. So let's just start with the lesson. So let me just read the questions. Listen to me carefully. A group of 1,340 students wants to eat lunch in the cafeteria. If each table in the cafeteria seats 4 students, how many table will be students need? So each in one in on one table, on each table 4 students can sit, right? You have to see 1,340 student needs how many tables, right? So you actually have to divide 1,340 by 4 because each table can hold 4 students. So you have to divide 1,340 by 4. That's a long division method. You have to divide by using long division. You need to divide 1,340 by 4. So you need to count a table of 4 until, right? You need to count a table of 4 so that you can have 13 or less than 13, right? So you can go, let me just do, you can count 4 until 13, right? So you can go for 4 times. 3 is 12, right? When you subtract 13, take away 12 is 1. You need to bring 4 down. Now you can count again 4 until 14. So 4 times 3 is 12. When you subtract 14, take away 2 is 2. Now bring the 0 down. You have to count 4 until 20. So 4 times 5 is 20. That means 1,340 students need 335 tables in the cafeteria. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test question. There you can find a live chat button. Tutors are available there. If you need help, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available There they are available during the shift timing that is between Monday to Friday and 9 to 5, right? Our foundation donates $902,284 per year to the state university. How much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 4 years? So every year they donate 902.84, right? You have to understand which operation you have to perform here. So each year they donate 902.284. You need to calculate how much they donated in 4 years. So you need to multiply this value by 4, right? So let's just multiply this value by 4. 4 times 4 is 36. 4, 3 carry. 4 times 8 is 32. 33, 34, 35. No, 4 times 4 is 16. 1 carry. 4 times 8 is 32 and 1, 33, 3. 3 carry. 4 times 2 is 8, 9, 10, 11. 1 here and 1 carry. 4 times 2 is 8 and 1, 9. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 9 is 36. So you have to, that is 3,609.136. That's option number 1. Yes, you have to understand where you have to multiply, where you have to divide, right? What operation you have to perform. Like in the question you are given, how much will the foundation donate in total to the university in 4 years? You need to calculate how much money they donated in 4 years, right? So you need to calculate the money they donate every year by 4. Got it? For this question, I'm multiplying. That is option number 1, 3,609.136. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is a summer camp has 80 campers. If 8 campers can sleep in each cabin, how many cabins will the campers need? Now, which operation you have to perform? Multiply or divide? Think and then answer. So, which operation you have to perform? You have to divide, right? You are given, yes, very good. You have to divide. So 80 divided by 8 is 10. That means for 80 campers, you need 8 cabins. The correct option, sorry, 10. 8 times 10 is 80. You need 10 camps, right? Very good. The correct option is 10. Construction company is revamping a damaged road. So far, they have revamped a total of 61,407 inches of the road. Today, they revamped 202 inches of the road. How many inches of the road they revamped before today? So today they did 202, right? Total they did 61,457. Today they did 202. You need to calculate how much they did earlier. So which operation you have to perform? What you have to you have to subtract, right? Because 202 is the one they did today, and the total they did is 61,457. That is option number 1 is the correct option. 61,255 is the correct option. Option number 1 is the correct option. A group of 1,340 students wants to eat lunch in the cafeteria. If each table in the cafeteria seats 4 students, how many tables will the student need? So, which is the correct option? Which operation you have to perform and which is the correct option? which is the correct option? You have to divide, right? That's the one we did on the tutorial. You have to divide 1340 by 4 because you need to calculate how many tables you need for 1350 students, right? You have to divide. So you need to count 4 until 12. You can go for 4 times. 3 is 12, 13 take away 12 is 1, bring the 5 down. Again, you need to count. That is 4, not 5. 4 times 3 is 12. And now you have 2 and bring 0 down. So you can go for 4 times 5 is 20. The correct option is 2335. It is very good. Option number 1 is the correct option. A petri dish originally contained 6,621 bacteria. A scientists let the bacteria grow and now there are 7,048 of them. How many more bacteria are there now? Earlier there are 6,621. Now there are 7,048. So how much more now? You have to subtract. Now they are 7,048 and earlier they are 6,621. So how much more now? 8 take away 1 is 7, 4 take away 2 is 2, and 10 take away 6 is 4. Now they are 427 more than earlier, right? The correct option is 427. Option number 2 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is write numerical expressions. Write an expression for the operation described below. So here the operations are described in the words, right? You need to understand and you need to write them down in mathematical form, right? You have to use the mathematical operations. Multiply 10 by 7. So you are given multiply, right? So you can use the sign for multiplication, right? You have to do 10 times 7. So you can write it like 10 times 7. Let's just start with the test questions. Write an expression for the operation described below. Divide 8 by 7. So which is the correct option? How do we divide? You have to do 8 by 7, right? That means you need to divide 8 by 7. So you can write it like this. 8 divided by 7 it is, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. That is 8 divided by 7. You can go. Please don't be here. We are in grade 5. Don't do silly things. You want to go, you can go. That is 8 by 7. Write an expression for the operations described below. Add 3 plus 3 and 9. So which is the correct option? How do you write? Which option is the correct one? That is 3 plus 9, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. Yes, I am doing this lesson for you. You guys have to behave accordingly. But if you want to go to washroom, that you don't need to ask. You can go come back and start from the question we are on. Write an expression for the operation described below. 3 times 10, which is the correct option. Some of you guys are very good. They know how to behave with teachers, but usually, even in smaller grades, you guys don't know how to behave with teacher. 3 times 10, which is the correct option. You have to multiply times means you need to multiply. So that is 3 times 10. That is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Very good. Write an expression for the operation described below. 3 divided by 4, which is the correct option, option 1 or option 2. Three divided by four, so option one or two. Yes, that's option number one. Three divided by four. Okay, the next one is write an expression for the operation described below. Subtract 7 from 10. So which is the correct option, one or two? Seven from 10. That means you need to subtract 7 out of 10. So you can do 10 minus 7. Option number 2 is the correct option. In this one, 7 is subtracted from 10, right? So that is 10 take away 7. Option number 2 is the correct option, not 1. That's option number 2 is the correct option. Subtract 7 from 10. So that would be 10 take away 7. Got it? Add 9 and 6, which is the correct option. Yes, second one is the correct option. Okay, the next one is divide 6 by 3. So which is the correct option? So option number yes, 2 is the correct option. 6 divided by 3. Okay, the next one is 8 divided by 5, which is the correct option. 8 divided by 5. So that is option number 2 is the correct option, right? Okay. The next one is add 8 and 7, which is the correct option. Yes, that's option number 1. 8 plus 7 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next one is add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and make numbers. So let's just start with the lesson. So basically, you are given with the next operations now. You have to understand which operation you have to perform first and then you have to solve the question. Right? The first one is 8 minus 1 times 6 divided by 3. So you have more than one operation here, right? We have subtraction, multiplication, and division, right? So when you have more than one operation in the question, the highest priority is you have to divide first, then multiply. Then you have to add and then subtract, right? But going from left to right, which operation, like if you go from left to right, you have multiplication first and then division, right? So you have to perform multiplication first, right? You can do 6 times 1. And after the multiplication, you are left with and you're done with multiplication, you are left with subtraction and division, right? So you have to do division because division has the higher priority over subtraction. So you have to divide 6 divided by 3 is 2. And the last you have to subtract. So a takeaway to is 6. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. We'll see there how we have to solve. You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself later today. Okay, so the first one is 1 times 2 plus 2 times 5, right? So going from left to right, you have multiplication and addition. So going from left to right, you have multiplication. Perform these multiplications first. They have the same priority, right? 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 5 is 10. You need to add 10 plus 2 is 12. So the correct option is 12. Got it? Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 12. With 3 plus 7 divided by 1 multiplied by 1. So you have to do, when you go from left to right, you have addition, division, and multiplication, right? But going from left to right, you have to perform division first, right? 3, you have to divide 7 divided by 1. So 1 times 7 is 7. You have 7 here. And again, now going from left to right, you have to perform multiplication first. So you have to do 7 times 1. So 3 plus 7 is 10. So the correct option is 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. That is 10. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, the next one is evaluate 5 times 4 minus 1 times 5. So, which is the correct option? Yes, you have to perform multiplication. 4 times 5 is 20, minus 5 times 1 is 5, so 15. It is the correct option is option number 1. That is 15. Very good. Okay, the next one is evaluate 5 divided by 5 plus 3 plus 1. So going from left to right, you have to divide first, right? You have to divide first, right? 5 divided by 5, you have to divide first. So 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now you can add, yes, that is option number 1, 5 it is. Option 1, 5 it is. 5 divided by 5 is 1 and 3 plus 1 is 5. Option number 1 is the correct option. Okay, so 6 plus 6 divided by 1 times 7. So going from left to right, we have to perform division first, right? So you have to do 6 divided by 1. So 6 divided by 1 is 6. Now you have to do 6 times 7. 6 times 7 is 42. And 42 plus 6 is 48. So the correct option is 48. Option number 2 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is 48. That is 48, right? Okay, the next one is 3 plus 4 times 4 plus 2. So you have to perform multiplication first, right? You have to do 3 plus 4 times 4 is 16 and 16 plus 2. So 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. That is 21. So the correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. For which question you guys are writing option 1? Solve and then answer, right? Do not answer right away. Do not guess. You guys are in grade 5. You can't do math without notebook and pencil. Do them. Do as many practice questions as you can. That's very important for you guys, right? So that is 2 plus 4 plus 2 divided by 1. So you have to divide, right? You have to divide first. So 2 divided by 1 is 2, right? You have to add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the correct option is 1 is the correct option. You got it? Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. And the next lesson is okay, the next lesson is the next lesson is add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals, word problems. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, let's just start with the test questions, right? You can have a look on the tutorial by yourself. They are already solved. Each sheet of metal is 0.9 inches thick. If Rick stacks 15 sheets on top of each other, how thick will the stack be? So the thickness is 0.9 inch, right? You have 15 sheets one above another. So you have to calculate the thickness. So you have to do 15 times 0.9, right? You have to do 0.9 times 15, right? So 9 times 5 is 45, 9 times 1 is 9, and 13.5 it is. So that means the thickness of 15 sheets is 13.5. Got it? The correct option is 13.5. A dairy product, a dairy produced 344.5.6 liters of milk in 4 hours. How much milk on average did a dairy produce per hour? You have to calculate the milk they produce per hour, right? That 344.6 they produce in 4 hours. So divide it by the 4 and you will have the milk they produce in 1 hour, right? You have to do 344.6 over 4. You need to count the table of 4 until 32. So 4 times 8 is 32, right? Just subtract. You can go for 4 times 6 is 24. Decimal point over here, 4 times 1 is 4. And 4 times 5 is 20. So the correct option is option number 2. That is 86.15, right? The correct option is option number 2 is the correct option. May bike 6.2 kilometers for school each day. In 20 day in total, how far will May bike over 20 school days? So he did 6.2 kilometers. You have to calculate how much you did in 20 days. So you have to do 6.2 times 20. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 12,124 kilometers. That means if we daily bike 6.2 kilometers, after 20 days, we will be 124 kilometers away, right? Okay, Jordan bought 19 plastic discs. Each disc weighs zero point 0.1 ounces. How much do the 19 plastic discs weigh in all? Which is the correct option you have to multiply. So you have to 19 times zero point 0.1, right? Multiply, just multiply them without decimal, right? Like here you have 19 and zero point 0.1. So multiply the decimal without decimal point. 19 times 1. 19 times 1 is 19. Here you have only one decimal place after the decimal. So you can put it like this. You just have to count the decimal places. So the decimal places in their product and the one of the number that have the decimal is exactly same. That is very easy. You can just multiply without decimal and then put the decimal point later. I'll explain for the next one also, right? That is 1.9. In March it rained 119.57 inches. It rained 0.36 inches less in April than in March. How much did it rain in April? You have to calculate the rain in April, right? So what? How do you calculate? 9.57 in March, and in April that is 0.36 less. You have to subtract 0.36 from 9.57. Take away. That means that is 9.21. Got it? The correct number. One, that is 9.21. A factory makes 8.2 gallons of lemonade per minute. How many gallons of lemonade will the factory make in 8 minutes? You have to 8 times 8.2, right? Let's multiply without decimal. Let's suppose that is 82. 82 times 8, right? Now you will get it. 8 times 2 is 16, 6. 1 carry 8 times 8 is 64 and 165. Now you need to put the decimal point here. In this number, you have only one decimal place after the decimal. That means you can put it here because you have only one decimal place. Answer must have the same decimal places like the number that have the decimal. So that is 65.6. Got it? That is option number two. 65.6 is the correct option, right? Or either you can go through the YouTube channel and find the lesson where we did multiplying with decimals, right? Go through the lesson, then you will understand more clearly. Or if you have any question, you can simply click on the live chat where the tutors are available there to help you. So we were working on grade 5 math. The chapter we were working on is mixed operations. The lessons we have covered today are add, subtract, multiply, and divide whole numbers, word problems. Then you have write numerical expressions, then add, subtract, multiply, and divide fractions and mixed numbers, and add, subtract, multiply, and divide decimals, word problems, right? So please make sure Before the next session, you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can write down the question in the chat box. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. So you can please write down the question in the chat box if you still need help with any of them, right? Any questions you can please ask. I'm here to. No, on live chat I'm not available. I will available after 9 on live chat. There are so many teachers you can contact them. Will help you. I'm available there after 9. Any questions? Okay, that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.